Hey everybody, welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack Later, still Lake Jackson. So this is my little shitty galley kitchen again. This is something that I've seen on a lot of different places, and I've seen it pop up, and I had a couple people ask about it, so we're going to do it. We're going to do it on a budget. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff, ring the little notification bell down there to get heads up when we do these as close to Tuesdays and Fridays as we can. Also, there's a link down the doobly for our merch. We're a small business. We very much appreciate it. And let's just get into the food. This one's going to be nice and short. Maybe. But it's going to be good. Alright, so this is super simple. You need some asparagus and some bacon. Don't have to use all of this. I'm going to try to double it up, make it a little easier. So, yeah, find you some cheap bacon. I got this from HEB for actually like $3 bucks. If you shop late at night, you can catch them before it goes bad, whatever. But this actually worked out really well. You wanted some pan lotion, some olive oil, and salt and pepper, obviously, right? Or whatever you want to season it with. Like, you can do whatever. I'm going to use a little bit of crushed red pepper and some paprika. Again, very much optional. You can kind of put whatever you want on it. I'd love to do some like lemon pepper stuff, see what other kind of seasoning we put on these. Mostly because asparagus is a challenging thing to season, so just salt and pepper seems to work. You're also going to need an air fryer. This is what we're going to do here. Forgive my non-steady cam here. And I just cleaned that. I swear it's just the non-sticks coming off. And this is why I don't ever show you the rest of the kitchen, because it's just kind of piled up right now. But you're going to need an air fryer. We're going to need one that goes to at least 360, 350, and sets up for 10-15 minutes. So, first things first, wash your vegetables. Always wash your vegetables. We're going to have to cut off some ends of it here, but let's wash it first. So, get you a nice sharp knife. Shout out to Andy. You get these, and you want to take about the last, like, half inch of these off, mostly because they kind of get wooden. Some of them are green all the way down, and they're fine, but you get down there, and they're really tough. They pain in the tuchus to cook. Just go ahead and cut off the ones that are just, I just do half an inch on all of them. So you can just go and take asparagus, wrap it in bacon, and then you're done. But I'm going to show you a trick that I learned here. So I take a plate, lay all my, like not all my bacon, just the bacon that'll fit, and then we're going to season it, then we're going to roll it up. That way it keeps the seasoning on the inside. Okay, because seasoning is notorious because it slides off, like it cooks off, especially with like really greasy stuff like bacon and duck or whatever. It sweats and the grease comes out and it pulls all that seasoning off, and it ends up at the bottom of your pan. Kind of useless. So do this, it kind of keeps it trapped inside. Alright, so go ahead, and I'm going to put the paprika, salt, pepper, and the crushed red pepper flakes down on the bacon here, and then we're going to roll that up on the inside and stuff. That's going to be a very spicy piece of bacon there on the end. Again, the pepper stuff is optional, so if you don't like it spicy, you can leave that part out. Use it whatever you want here. I think my stepmom can't even do the like black pepper stuff, so that's completely up to you. So get your, and I'm going to show you the different types here. Sometimes they'll do just single ones, and then they'll do bundles. Okay, so you do a single one. It takes a whole slice of bacon to wrap this thing up. It looks amazing and it tastes great, but you're going to have a lot of leftover asparagus that way. So you do it that way, boom, set it down, it's ready for the air fryer. You can also oil the outside and add some more seasoning, but that's ready to go. Or you can do it like some of the other recipes I've seen where they do it in bundles. I think this is, what, 5 or 6? 5. Just kind of, they're nice and washed, the ends have been cut, and then we take a single piece of bacon now, because of the greater width now, that stuff doesn't want to stick to it. And I think I put it with the seasoning on the outside just because I was in a hurry here, so I apologize for that. But yeah, and it wraps it up, but it covers like maybe half of it, right? I've seen some that do that and they just kind of string it out where just one piece will fit, but when you do that, there's great big pieces of asparagus in between there. I'm trying to cover it with the entire bacon, so usually you got to take 2 pieces of bacon to do that. So what I've done, you can see here that some are singles, some are the bundles, and some are the bundles with extra stuff on it. Now, bacon is very oily, but just because I want to stick to the stuff to the outside of it, I'm going to hit it with a little bit of olive oil. Extra virgin, doesn't matter, you know, the sluttiest olive oil you can find, whatever makes you happy. Just a little bit of olive oil on the outside, and that'll make that seasoning stick to the outside just a little bit better. Okay, and it keeps it from sticking to your air fryer, which is a bonus in the long run. So go ahead and you can put more seasoning on the outside, and it's ready to go into the air fryer. It's very late. I'm so sorry. So again, it's an air fryer, so you want to leave some gaps in here so where the heat can come around that. That's how this whole thing works. So you don't want to pack it too much. I'm going to do it in 2 different batches here. So you put it in here, and you're ready to go. Slide it in. Make sure it's at 350, 360, right? Mine doesn't have that exact measurement, so I just get as close as I can. And then 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much you want your bacon cooked. And I'm watching Philip DeFranco, just in case you're wondering what I'm watching while I'm cutting everything up And when I'm not on screen, that's what I'm watching. Whoop, it's hot. After 10 minutes, this is what I'm looking for. I like my bacon kind of chewy and just maybe a little crisp around the edges. So 10 minutes is almost perfect at 360, okay? Now these I did for the 15 minutes. These are a little harder, a little crunchier. You can kind of see bits of the bacon. They're like that super hard, crunchy. That's burnt. If you had a piece of meat and you bite into it and it shatters, that's burnt. But that's it. That's all this is. It's just that neat trick of putting the seasoning on the inside and on the outside makes these so much better. But you better like asparagus. If you don't do this with green beans, I'd love to revisit it and do it with green beans instead. I know asparagus is kind of a taste that some people just aren't accustomed to, that aren't big fans of it, but it works out really well. This is good for meal prep for a few days because it's vegetables and they are cooked, so they will start to wilt a little bit, and you got to be careful with the grease. I wouldn't say it's healthy because it's bacon, but you're putting bacon on a bunch of vegetables, so healthier than normal, but not healthy is what I put it in. Well under our budget, especially if we get that cheap bacon or stuff or whatever. This is great for, like, if you do the single ones, to go and use those for hors d'oeuvres, and then the bundles for like a side or a side dish. But I just sat down and I just had these as a meal, and I ate like 2 of the bundles and 2 of the little single ones, and man, I am full. So that's I ate 4 pieces of bacon and a bunch of asparagus. So I fooled myself into eating way more asparagus than bacon, which was not what my brain thinks I want. But this is so much easier. You got to try this. Let me know if you try it or if you do it a different way. There you go. It turned out super great. And it was really simple. Like I said, it's like 2 things other than your spices. You can use whatever spices. Let's revisit this. I want to try it with some other stuff. Let me know. If you tried, do you prefer the singular ones or like the bundles? So the bundles just kicks less bacon to do more asparagus, but I don't know. Let me know how you do it. We'll totally look back at it. You can put it down in the comments. That's what it's there for. Or you can also find us on social media, Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. We have all those that live between Paycheck's Kitchen, or Instagram, live between over there. And you can find me, Osprey Nerdy, on all those, including Twitter and over on TikTok. Usually just talking nerd stuff. But I'll see y'all next time. Y'all be safe. It is very late. Good night, y'all.